Hello, everybody. Should be able to see me now. Welcome to my channel. This is Spirit Coaching Astrology, and I am your Western Tropical Astrologer, Priscilla. And this reading is for Pisces Rising for January 2022. This is for the from the perspective of the rising sign. So please, if this does not resonate with you, check your moon and your sun and on this channel for more appropriate readings that might resonate for you better. I do use the whole house system for these type of readings. If you do want to do a personalized reading with me, you may do so at my website at spiritcoachingastrology.com, and the link is in the description box below. Please do keep in mind that you need to have your time of birth, your exact time of birth, in order to get the most accurate reading for, your chart and your life or whatnot, or your questions that you're looking for. With that being said, let's go ahead and begin. I am very excited to do Pisces Rising because, as you all know, I am a Pisces Rising myself, and I have Jupiter conjunct my ascendant at 13 degrees. So this is a really great year for us Pisces people, especially Pisces Rising, but Sun and Moon as well. It just might not feel like that just yet. So as I read this off to you guys, it'll be like almost talking to myself. Okay. So let's begin. Pisces Rising, we have had Neptune in our first house for quite some time now. We might have been feeling a little bit like wanting to escape our physical bodies, like stay away from others or escape into our own world. There might have been some deception with how we show up in the views of other people, how they see us, how we present ourselves. There might have been like a really dreamy nature to you. You might have been having a lot of dreams. Usually this happens more so when it's in the 12th house, but because Neptune is sitting in the first house, in the embodiment house for us, it could have been a lot of like deceptive or dreamy type of reality for us for the last like 6 months or so. But Jupiter has now entered into our first house. So this is some very good energy. Jupiter is all about abundance, benevolence, expansion, growth. It is a spiritual planet. It rules the 9th house of spirituality, and for us, that's the 9th house is in Scorpio, unless you have an intercepted house chart like me, where Scorpio is my 8th and my 9th. But however, for Pisces Rising whole house system, our 9th house is in Scorpio. So Jupiter is expanding this energy for us and really highlighting that 9th house for us, as well as our first house. 9th house is all about foreign travels, foreigners, foreign information, learning on a higher level, on a more grandiose level, keeping an open mind, creating philosophies for ourselves that and mantras that work for us on a more profound, deep level, on a more conscious, higher octave level, and how we, engage with our I want to say our higher power, because this is the house of the higher power, if you may. And because Scorpio is here, it's a lot of like deep introspection there. There's a lot of like, Scorpio likes to take things and break it down to its smallest. Like if Scorpio was anything like as far as like insects and stuff, Scorpios would be the organisms. It would be the smallest component of the energy, because Scorpio like dissects. It dissects any information it gets. And the 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, and Sagittarius wants to know. It is the house of like knowing. It wants to know, it wants to learn, it wants to grow. So you mix those energies there and you got some real acute learning. And so Pisces Rising, there have probably been a lot of transformations in how you perceive what God is, or spirituality, or religion. You might have been shedding and letting go of a lot of outdated beliefs that don't serve you, that have been hindering you, that you gained over time through maybe cultural beliefs, because this is also the house of culture, through lineage and heritage, and what you have gained through your many experiences of life, and how you have came to find what serves you at a spiritual level. So with Jupiter sitting here in your first house now, this is now going to be implemented into your persona. You're now going to be asked to develop and integrate all of these things that you have learned from your experiences in life, and on so many foreign contexts that you have had, Pisces Rising, with so many other people. and a very psychological level. It wants you to now share these truths with the world. So with Jupiter here, right now it's at 3 degrees, but as it moves through your first house, and you're going to feel more and more as a renewed person. This is also, Jupiter also expands. So this is the house of the physical body. So Pisces rising, you've got to be careful with like weight gain. Pisces and Jupiter both, they govern over, diabetes. Jupiter governs over the liver and kidneys. So there could be some expansion in this area with your health. You want to look, make sure you're like watching that, and you really take your health into consideration here. I believe Ceres was, let me see, because Ceres is how you take care of yourself. It's an asteroid, right? And I believe Ceres was just in Pisces. Let me make sure I am correct about this. I have these transits written down here. No, it was in Taurus. Okay. And it was retrograde. It is now direct as of January. Let me see what day. I know it just moved. It just stationed direct on the 14th. So the same day that Mercury went retrograde, Ceres went direct in Taurus. And for us, Pisces rising, Taurus is your third house of communication. It's your third house of local travels. It's your third house of basic learning. So you have probably been doing a lot of like relearning a lot of your foundations that were implemented into your early life. And now you're looking at it like, this doesn't serve me anymore. This is not correct. Like you're going back and rehashing all of it and really changing how you take care of yourself on a more grounded, earthy level, with not just your basic learning, but the way that you communicate, and you're recognizing how it manifests in the world for you and how it creates your reality. And you're just learning new ways of talking, new innovative ways of communicating, new progressive ways of really getting your message out there and having a voice out there, and really just teaching, the local community. This could also be highlighting wanting to teach. Some of you could have been getting into teaching careers as of some sorts. Sagittarius does hit in your 10th house, and Mars is action and is sitting in your 10th house. So, your career could have shifted into like becoming a teacher or some type of guru or some type of like, anything that is like teaching people things, but on both on a, implementing both of them on a very, profound level, on a psychological level. Okay. So this is sharing information that and revamping what you know to integrate things that you might not know that you're actually aiming for. So Pisces rising, you have probably been into a lot of higher education. You might have been, signing up for school. You might have been doing school for the last year, whatever the case, whatever you've been trying to grow fundamentally. There's my dog back there. That's Casper. Say hi, everybody. I'm trying to get comfortable. He is a Scorpio sun. I do not know his rising sign, but say hi to my Scorpio pit bull, Casper. But sorry about that. Anyways, let's get back to this. Pisces rising, a lot is happening in your area of learning, and not just on the physical things, but also on the spiritual level of things. Okay. And you've been doing a lot of disregarding or discarding what you used to know versus what you're now learning. Just look at it like this. You're becoming a whole new person, Pisces rising. Your whole life is changing. Sun and moon too. Like there's a big shift in developing more compassion and more empathy in your energy, because you have a lot to share to the world. You have a lot to give to the world. And this is your time. This is your time to shine. You have Aquarius in your 12th house in your subconscious mind. We are in aqua season or aqua era. And we're about to come into aqua season. So all of this right here with Mercury transiting into it ingressed into your Aquarius house, I want to say last month. Oh, no, sorry, in the beginning of the month. And now it's retrograde in the 12th house. So a lot of subconscious things might be coming to the light. A lot of things have hidden. A lot of hidden enemies could be popping up and being highlighted right now. Just a lot of undoing things that you have to undo, the way that you react to the information that you receive, because Mercury is about information also and about communication. This really wants you to work on not being so fixed anymore with how you communicate and how you receive information. Aquarius is a fixed sign. It's also can be quite erratic as Uranus rules it and it spins on its axis. So sometimes Uranus can be really unpredictable energy. So Aquarius people can be really unpredictable. They can be erratic. They could be very closed off and detached. And so the 12th house is all about being detached from your subconscious mind. It's all about, you learning to not be so detached in this area and really learn how to internalize some of those emotional, energies that you receive, and really grounding it, not letting it be so turbulent anymore in your subconscious mind, because that is what's fundamentally popping up in your day-to-day life. Your subconscious world creates your physical worlds, Pisces rising. So you're going through a lot of learning that how you think is how things are going to be. There's this one saying that I heard that was really stuck with me. My ex-husband used to say this all the time. And it was, as a man thinketh, so shall he be. I don't know where that came from. I cannot remember, but it stuck with me. I mean, I remember hearing that in 2013, and I've never let it go now, because I really profoundly believe this. If you know about the law of attraction, the 12 universal laws, or if you get into the book, The Secret, a lot of what we are coming to understand as a collective in this new era that we're in is that our thoughts form our reality. So the more that you work on the subconscious aspects of yourself, Pisces rising, the things that have been bothering you for a while, the better that your reality will be. And this month in January, there's so much tension, so much activation in the skies right now, because it's forcing all of us on a collective to move past those limitations. But especially you, Pisces rising, because you are going to be Pisces rising, Scorpios. A lot of the water signs are the forefront for this new time that we're coming in, because we are learning on a collective how to have healthy relationships with our emotions, with the things of hidden, the things of water elements. Even though this is an Aquarius age and Aqua is the air sign, Aqua still does is the water bearer. It does hold the water and pours it out. But unlike Aqua, we don't want to do the detachment. We want to have a equal balance between detachment and attachments. And this is what we're, working with as a whole, on a collective scale for this, this year and the year to come. But so let's get back to your chart. I know I'm babbling. So Chiron is in 8 degrees in your second house. So your fears of money and stability from childhood have been really, really, really manifesting in your financial reality for you for the last 6 months to a year. It's been really rocky. You've been really confused, especially with COVID and everything that's happened. Everybody's had this happen, but really more so Pisces, it's been really worrying you a lot in your financial area. And so what this energy is asking you with Chiron sitting here is to let go of the things that you went through as a child, the wounds that have attached to you, the fear of abandonment, the fear of not having enough, the fear of poverty, in order to realize how blessed you are and to manifest and really attract more benevolence and abundance in your life. Because Pisces, this is the time for you to really manifest an amazing life for you this year. Again, Jupiter is in your first house for Sun, Sun Pisces, you have Jupiter conjunct your Sun. For Moon Pisces, you have Jupiter conjunct your Moon. I mean, this is going to highlight a lot of for the moons. This is more so in the internal world. It is a blessing and a lot of compassion, empathy, abundance, and growth on a personal level in your own world on the inside. But for Sun and rising, this is on a physical scale. This is on the outer world, how much you're going to be able to manifest and open up for you when you start working on these things. And in January, it's like you're being forced. The nodes are changing. So it's like you can't run from it anymore. The nodes have been in your 10th and in your 4th house for the last, for a while now. And so your home front and your career front have been, there's been a lot of gaining of information and learning new things, a lot of exchange in wanting to have action and passion in your goals and your dreams, and manifesting a home with a lot of communication, a lot of healthy energy, a lot of healthy communicating. Because I guess Pisces rising, you might have dealt with a lot of being limited growing up, not being able to share your emotions or not being able to communicate them properly because of other people's beliefs of that emotions are bad. We're coming out of that era and that belief system that emotions are a bad thing, and realizing that emotions are very much our moral compass, and it's how we navigate the world around us. And so there's been a lot of challenges with trying to stabilize the home front in this, and for you with North Node here in Gemini, with communication, and how things are communicated and how things feelings are understood in the home front with the people that you care about and that you live with. And so now the nodes are shifting into Scorpio and into Taurus, where you're going to start integrating what you have learned, and teaching it to the people close to you, locally to you, and as well as discarding some limited belief systems that were limiting you in the last like 19 years. And these next 18 months are going to be really profound for you with stabilizing yourself on a more grounded level. Especially when the Uranus goes direct. So the nodes are going to move into Taurus and Scorpio, your third and ninth house, on Tuesday, but Uranus is also going to go direct there, and this is for everyone. So this is going to be pretty nuts, but it's really intense progressive energy. It's like moving things into motion now that we've been sitting here like, what the hell is that? We've all been in limbo with our finances. We've all been in limbo with balance and structure. And now it's like, we're finally going to see some change here and some clarity, and maybe some doors opening up for all of us, but mainly for you, Pisces, and with your local community. There'll be a lot of opportunities to work with local community, to work with siblings, to teach local community, to progress and be innovative with the people around you, even neighbors. You could be potentially connecting with neighbors. If you had something happen in the end of December, when Jupiter entered into your first house, and then as soon as we had the new moon in Cap, it could have highlighted some tension between friendships, and friendships in your local community, and it could possibly your neighbors or friendships with your siblings, the friendship that you have within your siblings, could have been highlighted here. And really with women as well, because Venus was retrograde, and it doesn't go direct until January 29th. So any area with friends that are female, or just like love and beauty and material or money, connected with friends or resources, not more so resources, but more so neighbors, or the collective community, or the local community, or just really even learning for your dreams, your goals, aspirations. It might have all been like shook up right now. The last like 2-3 months have shooken everything up, like the direction that you were going in, and now you're having to go back with Mercury in retrograde to really rethink if this is something that you want. Is this something that's going to benefit you? Is this going to help you to progress forward? Is this going to help you be innovative and move on with the Aqua Age? Is this going to bring you a sense of subconscious comfortability? Is this going to ground you? Are these learnings, are these things that you're trying to start up? Are they going to teach you? Are they going to help you learn? Are they going to help you grow to help and teach others? Are they going to bring you structure, find instability in your life? Because I feel like this is really a lot of what has been worrying you, Pisces. So your first house is Pisces, of course, Pisces rising, and your cross house is in the 7th house, is in Virgo. So your relationships could always be very, 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 your one-on-one relationships could be really, really compulsive. They could be very routine-like, or very I don't want to say dictator, because Virgo really isn't a dictator, but the energy is more so controlling. It's more so on a perfectionist level. You're also working through learning how to not be so critical with your one-on-one relationships, not be so like so much of a nagger and complain so much, or that sounds so bad, but I am a Pisces rising, so I'm understanding this too. This is also affecting me. My 7th house is intercepted with Libra, but however, I do have Virgo there a lot, and so and that's my DC. So I have to recognize that my one-on-one relationships, I could be a bit critical. I could be a bit of a nagger. I could be a bit, always, observing and I don't want to say criticizing, but trying to fix things for others, when I got to learn to not to always want to service other people until I'm invited in. In Pisces rising, a lot of it is learning to service more yourself now and not others, because you've been just servicing other people. And so what's crazy is because you're being asked to come into the forefront and share the things that you know to help humanity. However, it wants you to do it in a way where you're not drained, in a way where you're not giving all of yourself and becoming this martyr, Pisces, because Pisces likes to do that. And now you're sacrificing, and you're over here. Now you become the axis of complaining, and now you're nagging, you're upset because you're doing too much. And that's what Virgo does. So you're going to learn to balance this out big time. Whew, that's a lot. There's a tight square in your 12th house in regards to your third again. So subconscious energy and how you hidden things and things that you have to undo, how the subconscious patterns, especially with aqua there. So it's like very fixed and it's very rebellious, how it affects you with your local friends, your local community, your neighbors, your siblings, people that you deal with on your day-to-day life. The rebelliousness needs to be withdrawn from your subconscious patterns and persona, because it's not allowing you to really connect with people when the universe is just trying to bless you. It's just trying to give to you. You're let me see something real quick. Yeah, so Chiron, and being in your second house, it's asking you to step up and really be your own financial support. And with eighth house in Libra, it's like you're used to shared resources, but you get that with you have to go and like please people in order to get this shared resources, and it's not fair. And so the universe is like, dude, this needs to stop, because you shouldn't have to like go against your own morality or belittle yourself in order to have some shared resources or income. It wants you to recognize that you have the ability, Pisces rising, sun and moon, to really manifest everything that you want to manifest on your own without having to depend on people and kiss ass or people please. That sometimes you just have to have boundaries and say no, and that your dreams will still manifest regardless. You don't have to wear the mask so much. So Pisces, I am a Pisces rising, so I'm guilty of this. We don't have to wear the mask all the time to feel like to be accepted or to receive monetary, abundance, or to receive from the universe. Like, we don't have to go around manipulating by wearing these masks. And I'm not saying that Pisces is a manipulator, because I think wholeheartedly Pisces, when they do become that energy, they're not recognizing that they're doing it, because it's that Virgo axis. It's really Virgo that uses a lot of the mental intellect to manipulate, because they're ruled by Mercury. Mercury is really like, it's smart. It's got the gift of the gab. So when Pisces is like being the martyr and emotional, they like pull from that Virgo manipulation energy, and they're not trying to be that way. It's just they are. And so it's hidden from them in that 12th house of that rebelliousness to get what they want. And so there's a lot of undoing in this month in order to open up the doors for abundance once we get into March. And so like in May, Jupiter's all in your first house from the January until May, and it's here really trying to get you to grow. It wants you to expand and grow, but you've got to disregard all of these, or discard all these things that are not serving you no more. And then in May, it's going to enter into your second house, and this is where you're going to see some growth with your finances. You're going to see some abundance here. You're going to see things are going to finally like start looking up for you. And I want to say that Pisces rising, Mars is in your 10th house. It's like a lot of action, again, around career, maybe even the need to try to like expand more. You might want to change paths. You might be wanting to learn more in your career, and what you're doing now might not be serving you. So there could be a change there, or you could be trying to expand more in your current career. And you will be materializing this when the Mars moves into Capricorn in your 11th house. You'll be expanding more now with friends and the collective community, and really having for your dreams, hopes, and aspirations. Capricorn's going to really allow you to like stabilize that and structure that. And with Pluto there, it's going to be transforming the way that you work with others in order to achieve these things. And Venus, when it moves direct, will be also in tight conjunction with Mars. And so them two will be kind of in song and dance. And Venus is women and Mars is men. So you'll be working with both energies in order to like really manifest these goals and these dreams and aspirations for it to change the whole persona in your 10th house, your whole career front, and your persona in your first house as well. And this also will reflect onto your finances. Let me see, when the sun moves into Aqua as well, towards the end of the month, you're going to also, Mercury will be in retrograde at this point too. So, and they will be close, and they will eventually conjunct. And when they do, it'll be again, really highlighting the area of how you communicate, and how you go back and revise things. They're going to be trying to work through revising some things, getting something structured and disciplined. Saturn is sitting in your 12th house at 13 degrees, and Saturn's been there for a while. So you might have been feeling really restricted, maybe even isolated for the last year, or feeling like emotionally isolated, feeling like you can't connect with almost feeling like otherworldly, like you don't belong here, just trying to make sense of the world around you. Everything has probably been really dreamy, very delusional and deceptive, but there's clarity this year, and it starts in this month in January for you. So Pisces rising is really, really, really good news for you. the full moon today is in Cancer, and it's highlighting your fifth house of children. It's highlighting, and remember, this is opposite your 11th house of friends and collective community, and really how you love your children, how you have fun with your children, how you have your fun time, how you balance, like, your work versus fun, your pleasure versus, um, friends, your entertainment versus hopes, dreams, aspirations. Like, this is highlighting this energy for you so that you can start developing better people in the community to activate this fifth house of really enjoying yourself more and making friends and opening the doors up for connecting with people on a collective level and just really feeling more joined in with them. Because I feel like Pisces rising, if you're like me, you've tried this many times. You tried many times to really connect with the people, and having Cap in the 11th house is not so easy to really connect with people as Pisces rising, because Saturn rules that house for us. And Saturn is limiting, it's disciplinary, and it's restrictive. And a lot of our energy, when we meet people, they might feel like our energy is like restrictive, or it's too disciplined, or it's too deep, or got too much wisdom. And yet they want our wisdom, but they don't want to put in the work to really earn that. And so we have been really feeling like our friends aren't really our friends. And so it's a lot of revising this energy here. It's a lot of just really noticing what serves us and what makes us happy, what people make us happy, and really highlighting your emotions that are connected with, that fifth house energy, sex as well, because the fifth house is the act of sex, it's pleasures, it's entertainment time, it's anything that rules entertainment, so speculations, gambling, clubs, nightclubs, This is your fun time, okay? So, and with us for Pisces rising, Cancer and Cap is really the home life and work life. So it's really just balancing those energies for us on a more profound, deep level, and really looking at what is important to us, and really shedding a lot of tears, because the full moon is a very watery one this time around, guys. And it's all about shedding some tears. It's all about really releasing things that are serving us. And it's really looking at what might have been hidden from us, and highlighting the areas of love for us, because the fifth house is love. So Pisces rising, there's probably a lot of love on your mind. Venus is a freaking retrograde in your 11th house. You could have fell in love with a friend recently, somebody local in the community, maybe a neighbor or somebody, and even maybe possibly around work. I'm going to aim more towards your friendships and local community, that you might have fell in love with somebody, might have met someone that fancied you, and something might have got disrupted, and now you're like freaking out, and the full moon is bringing in the waterworks. But nonetheless, it's going to help clear out this energy. By the end of the month, you'll have some clarity. And as we move into February, the first week of February, when Mercury goes direct, communication is going to get much better for you. Now, for us, Mercury goes retrograde in the 12th house on Friday. It has already went retrograde in your 12th house on Friday in Aquarius. And so it's going to move through your subconscious, your hidden, your undoing house. And it's going to move from there back into your 11th house of friendships and local community, and hopes, dreams, and aspirations, in order for you to go back and revise the story that ended in the end of December, or started in the end of December, in order to realign you with some friends again, or realign you with some people in the community that could help you aim towards your goals and aspirations. So this month is a very, very crazy month for everybody, but Pisces rising, this is a very deep internal month to change your communication sector, the way that you go about making your money, and the nodes with how you learn and teach others the information that you know. So, be looking out for a really good year, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, because a lot of doors are going to open up for you. You're going to be making a lot of connections with people that are going to serve your next, path in life, with these, these nodes of destiny moving into these new houses and in Scorpio and Taurus. And the next 18 months is all about developing a whole new persona, a whole new career path, and a whole new relationship. For some of you, Pisces rising, you could really be dealing with getting having a baby, just like Scorpio. For Scorpio, it's in their fifth house that Jupiter is ingressed into, so they can deal with possibly having a new child. But Pisces rising as well, because Jupiter's ingressing into your first house. So sometimes Pisces can either bring Jupiter. It could sometimes when it ingresses into your first house, it could bring abundance. It could bring weight gain. It could bring a new career path, the new being under the limelight, being blessed, becoming gaining inheritances, expanding anything on a very ego level, like becoming a whole new person, bring you children. It could bring you marriage. You can find a lifelong partner, because Jupiter is the energy for lifelong partner. Just like what is that asteroid that has to do with marriage? Juno and Jupiter are very similar, and they both deal with marriage and abundance. And so this full moon is in your fifth house of love, and the Cancer moon is highlighting this for you. So this could be the door opening up for, a new partnership with someone. So, I just want you to just keep the faith, Pisces, and keep a positive mind, because you have some really good things coming for you this year, even if the first 3 months seem kind of hard. Okay. And just know that by the time May comes around, there can be some really, really, really big changes in your finances for you, but for the better, because Jupiter will be entering into your second house of finances. So, okay. I hope this resonates with you guys, Pisces rising, sun and moon. If it did not resonate, please go ahead and check your other videos on my channel. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever, so that more people can get these readings, and hit that notification button, the little bell in the corner, so that you can get notified when I do post these new monthly readings for each sign. I will also be sharing like other information on this channel as far as like learning, and bear with me because I am just now starting this. So I don't know all the graphics and all the details and all that yet, but one day I'll be able to make my page all fancy. So, but thank you so much for hearing me. And for this reading, I hope it resonates, and I hope that it helps you for this month and finds you in a very cheerful and happy energy. Thank you so much. Oh, and for personal readings, you can go ahead and book with me at my website at spiritcoachingastrology.com. And the link is in the description box below. Thanks, guys, and see you again in February.